Well done, everyone. My name is Victor, and I'm going to be taking you on a series of mathematics topics, especially in hard maths, A-level maths, and general maths, SAT, maths in general. So, but today we are going to be looking at a topic called quadratic equation. And quadratic equation is an expression that is in form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is general format of quadratic equation where a is not equals to 0. So that means that if a is not equals to 0, quadratic equation can be ax squared plus bx equals to 0, meaning that c is 0 in this one. And it can also be ax squared plus c equals to 0, meaning that b is 0. It can also be ax squared alone equals to 0. So quadratic equation can be in this format. Provided that a is not 0, is a quadratic equation. So a quick summary. Before I progress, I would like you to subscribe and like my video, and this I will appreciate that. Okay, to continue on this, so I'm going to be giving you um, the life application of quadratic equation is using projectile of motion is used, and what else is being used again? Um, it's used in motion projectile problem solving. They are used in problem solving. And I'm going to be showing you how you can solve quadratic equation. Actually, there are I say 5 ways of solving quadratic equation. The first one, method of solving quadratic equation. There are 5 methods solving quadratic equation. There are 5 methods anyway. Um, the first one is formula method, where you use formula to solve it. The second one is factorization method, where you use factorization method to solve this simultaneous quadratic equation. And when I mean solving quadratic equation, I mean finding the value of x. I forgot to tell you, in this thing, A, B, and C are numbers, okay, where x is the unknown we are looking for. So, like I say, the first method, the formula method, factorization method. The third method is completing completing the square method. This is also is gotten from formula method anyway. 1, 2, 3. The fourth one is graphical method, graphical method. And the last one, I like to call the last one is calculator method. You can input it in your calculator and get your X value immediately. So I'm going to be, I would like to be making my video very short so that it can be easy for you to get what we are doing. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first one, solving quadratic equation using formula method. I said that that one is actually the easiest method to use. And when I was a little boy, it was called, the formula is called Almighty Formula. And later on, I discovered that why it's called Almighty Formula is that it can solve every quadratic equation. It's not every quadratic equation that you can use factorization method to solve, but every factorized quadratic equation you can use formula method to solve it. Remember, using formula method to solve quadratic equation. Using formula method to solve quadratic equation And remember, the quadratic equation is always in form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. When it's plotted in the graph, we will represent it as y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c equals plus c. So when you are finding the x, the x value is going to be the x-intercept. But that one, I'm going to talk about it later on when we start talking about graphical method. So the formula for solving the quadratic equation is x, because x is what we are looking for, is minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This formula is very important in solving quadratic equation. So once you remember, most exams have a formula booklet, and this formula is there, but it won't hurt you to have and know this formula so well. So I'm going to be solving at least two questions on this by using formula method. The first question I'll be solving is x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Second question is 2x squared um, plus 5x plus 3 equals 0. These are the two questions I'll be solving using the quadratic formula to solve the quadratic equation. Another thing again you need to know is that when you solve a quadratic equation, you are meant to get two answers, two values for x. And those two values of x are called roots of quadratic equation. The two answers you get, they are called the roots of quadratic equation. Is also known as the x-intercept of the quadratic equation. So the roots of quadratic equation, I said, is usually 2. And by the time we finish solving this, we discover how you can solve it getting 2. So let's go and solve the first question. The first question, um, is x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. And remember that whenever you want to solve it, you need to understand that every quadratic equation must be in form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So if we can compare this, and the formula we are using is x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So what you usually do is you get the equation, do comparison according to this question. Now, there's what they call coefficient of x squared. Coefficient in mathematics is the number that with an alphabet. So when I have 5a, 5 is coefficient of a. So um going back again to this question, the coefficient of x squared in this case is 1. So which is our a is 1. And our b, the coefficient of x is 5. And our c is 6. Having that in mind, then I can input them in the formula. X is equal to, remember my b is 5. So I have negative 5 plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 5 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 6, all over 2 times 1. So from here, I can simplify. My x will now be minus 5 plus or minus square root of 25 minus 4 times 6 will give you minus 24 all over 2. So from here, I can go on and say x is equal to minus 5 plus or minus square root of 1 all over 2. And square root of 1 is 1. So you have minus 5 plus or minus 1 over 2. Now you will ask him, you'll be surprised. How do we have plus or minus at the same place? You look confusing. So at this place, this is where we use to get the two roots. We separate the negative and positive. So I will have minus 5 plus 1 over 2, or minus 5 minus 1 over 2. Mathematically, if I simplify it, this will give me negative 4 over 2, and this will give me negative 6 over 2. If I divide this by 2, I have minus 2 and I have minus 3. So the two x-intercept, the two value for x in this equation is minus 2 and minus 3. For solving the equation, x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. The two x-intercept, or the two value of x, is my negative 2 and negative 3. It's also known as roots of the quadratic equation. Now, the same method can be applied in the second question that we are working on. So let me see if I can be able to solve the other one. But I believe that this should be enough for you to be able to go ahead and solve as many questions as you can. Now, if I can be able to bring the other question, which is 2x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. So in this case, A will be 2, B will be 5, and C will be 6. Applying the same method, x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared. I'm going to be a little bit fast on this. 4ac over 2a. So if I input all the variables here, I'll have minus 5 plus or minus square root of 25 minus 4 times, oh, sorry, the equation is not complete. It's supposed to be 3, and this is supposed to be 3, sorry, and the equation 3 times 2 times 3, all over 2 times 2. So I'll have x is equal to minus 5 plus or minus square root of 25 minus 24 all over 4. And from there, I can have x is equal to minus 5 plus or minus 1 over 4. Here we have x is equal to minus 5 plus 1 over 4, or minus 5 minus 1 over 4. This will give me minus 4 over 4, and this will give me minus 6 over 4. This will give me negative 1 or negative 1 or negative 3 over 2. So the two answers for the quadratic equation, the two roots, again, the x values will be negative 1 and negative 3 over 2. And that means when you solve the equation 2x squared plus 5x plus 3 equals to 0, it will give you a root of negative 1 and negative 3 over 2. It's very easy to solve using formula method. You just need to do it over and over again, and you get it. I don't want my videos to be long. If the other method, I would like you to click down and check the other method of solving quadratic equation. Okay, thank you for joining today's class. My name again is Victor, and uh, thank you for enjoying the class. Okay, see you in the next class or in the next um, video.